Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So, if you've been following the show, you know that the Massachusetts State Democratic Party and some college students planned and executed a political hit job on progressive candidate Alex Morse. If you haven't been following the show for that long, I'll just sum it up really quick for you. Alex Morse is a young, openly gay mayor of Holyoke, Massachusetts. He was running to unseat longtime corporate establishment Democrat Richard Neal, who is very corrupt. Morse had a very real chance of taking over Neal's House seat. And then it came out that these college students thought that he was doing something wrong with students at the college. Then it came out later that they actually teamed up with the state Democratic Party officials to take him down and to try and paint him as some sort of sexual predator that had been using his power and position to get dates or sex with college students. The whole thing was completely debunked. Emails and text messages came out. They were released by the Intercept news outlet, and they proved that it was basically what started out as an innocent concern turned into and got used to create a very well orchestrated smear campaign with no basis in reality. So, an independent investigation was launched after that great reporting by The Intercept, and it has now concluded with the finding that the party's state chairperson, a man named Gus Bickford, violated Democratic Party rules which prohibit party leaders from interfering with contested primary elections. So where there is more than one person running in the primary for the same party, they're supposed to back off. They're supposed to let it play out and not get involved, not try to sway it in one direction or the other. However, based on written communication and conversations that Bickford had with some of these college Dem students, the independent investigator determined that he encouraged the students to circulate their story, this political hit job, to the press prior to the election. So basically everything that The Intercept said, this independent investigator confirmed. So several of the college students had approached Bickford for advice, and they told him that they planned to send a private letter to Morse to voice their concerns about his dating college students. According to several of these students who were interviewed, Bickford told them, quote, "Do it before the election." The students also said that Bickford recommended that they speak with a specific Politico reporter named Alex Thompson, and he told the students that Thompson was, quote, "a trusted source," and that, quote, "if you don't go on the record with him, he won't write the story." So the independent investigator also said that Bickford may have violated the spirit of party bylaws by discouraging Morse from running against Neal to begin with. Apparently, Bickford met with Morse in the spring of 2019. He told Morse that his challenge against Neal would, quote, "just be a distraction and a money drain." And he instead advised Morse to run for lieutenant governor in 2022. So the investigation also found that one other party member of the state party leadership was dishonest about her involvement in the matter. She didn't find that she necessarily did anything wrong in her communication with the students, but she did try to cover it up after the fact. So kind of makes me wonder if there's communication out there that this investigator didn't see that the rest of us aren't aware of, because the woman I'm talking about is Veronica Martinez. She's the state's party executive director, and she put the college students in touch with this high-profile establishment Democrat attorney named Jim Roosevelt. He's actually related to the Roosevelt. And although the party communications manager, a woman named Allison Mitchell, told the press that the party leaders just made the introduction. They simply made the introduction with Attorney Roosevelt, and then they had no further involvement. That was her quote. They had no further involvement. The investigator found that was a blatant lie. So based on verified communication, Martinez continued to communicate with the college students even after she referred them to the attorney. And in fact, she told college students to delete phone calls and text messages between herself and the students, quote, in case they get into the wrong hands. So that's why I say, I wonder if there is more to this on her part, because if you've done nothing wrong and you know you have nothing to be ashamed of or that could get you in trouble, why would you go so out of your way as to tell these students to delete all communication? And in case they got into the wrong hands, who would be the wrong hands? If you're, everything you've done is on the up and up, if you've violated no party bylaws and you haven't done anything to harm Alex Morse, why would you need to hide your communication with these students? So I just think that there probably were some messages that, again, this is my speculation. I don't know that for a fact, but it just seems to me there's got to be more to it regarding her involvement. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been so concerned about deleting the evidence. This, just for, liberals listening, this is the kind of stuff that goes on. This is why progressives get so pissed off and are so irritated and done with the establishment, with people like Nancy Pelosi and others like her, because these are the games that go on, and they will fight progressives tooth and nail, almost, and in many cases, absolutely harder than they do Republicans. Why? Because progressives challenge the status quo. Progressives want money out of politics. Progressives don't want outside influence in the government and in party leadership and with your representatives and in regard to votes that they take. They want to be beholden to you as a citizen and someone who elected them. The establishment part of the Democratic Party is more than happy to line their pockets with all of this money from dark money groups, from PACs, from corporations, and then do their bidding. That's the same as the Republicans. So in that way, there's an overlap. They're exactly the same, and they don't want anyone taking that away from them. And that's why they keep telling you that Bernie is not a good candidate and he couldn't win and, he's a danger to keeping power and blah, blah, blah. No, they don't believe that. They know it's the exact opposite. This kind of stuff needs to come to an end. This is why every establishment Democrat needs to be primaried. They just need to go. So anyway, guys, as always, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching and listening. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Thanks for listening to Plants and Politics. The only way we can take our country and power back is to spread the truth and build an army. So remember to like, follow, subscribe, and share on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks again.